Now, the 2015 F1 season, there wasn't really much going on in the title fight, but there were actually many good races in the 2015 F1 season. Pretty much all the ones Sebastian Vettel won. I remember Monaco being pretty good as well. Austria was good, Britain was good. Yeah, a lot of good races, but the title fight wasn't really there, and overtaking was nearly impossible at times. But we're not here to talk about the 2015 F1 season. We're obviously here to talk about the F1 game, which is notoriously known as the worst F1 game in history. So in today's video, we're going to be seeing if F1 2015 was an actual bad game, or was it just really boring? So let's get into it. Oh, I forgot that you have to do this thing. Oh, well, for crying out loud. 2015. I'm actually watching the 8 hours of Bahrain while recording this. But we're in the menu of F1 2015 and Felipe Nasser, voice crack, Alonso, Ricciardo, Verstappen, rookie Verstappen, and Romain Grosjean. And I think you guys probably know this already. There's no career mode. This is the most bare bones F1 game menu you will ever see. Although I do like the sort of, what do you call it, the concept of the menu. The best way to describe F1 2015 is Assetto Corsa with an arcade handling. You just do quick race, hot lap, and online. Obviously, Mercedes with Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. This was just pure Lewis Hamilton domination. Really nothing much to talk about it. Rosberg was just outclassed throughout the season. I mean, after America, Lewis sort of had a dip in performance, but checked out after America. He pretty much went on holiday after America. Although Rosberg was also unlucky. I do remember Monza when his engine just caught on fire for some reason.
I'm burning through the track, yeah. 1000 degrees, that's why they call me Brittany Fahrenheit.
Also in Russia, I forgot what his issue was in Russia. As you can tell, I don't really remember much from the 2015 season apart from Verstappen's rookie season. Speaking on Nico Rosberg, that reminds me. Only 8% of you guys are subscribed, so what are you waiting for? Go subscribe. If we reach 5,000 before the end of the year, I'll do a Jeremy Fragrance dance. Next, we have Red Bull with Ricciardo and a rookie, Danny Kvyat. Well, not really a rookie. This is his second season in F1. This was the last time that Red Bull were sponsored by Casio before moving to Tag Heuer, which is like no, that's a massive downgrade. Casio, God Tier, G-Shock, Nico Leonard, blah 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 blah. Both Fiat and Ricciardo got their first podiums of the season at the Hungarian Grand Prix, and Danny Kvyat had that humongous crash at the Japanese Grand Prix. A lot of people tend to forget that Kvyat actually finished ahead of Ricciardo in the championship. I think that's worth noting, but Red Bull were super mid in 2015. In fact, they were actually worse than Williams. But Williams weren't even that bad in 2015. What am I talking about? Well, speaking of Williams, look who's next. I do remember Felipe Massa getting his last podium at the Italian Grand Prix, and Williams doing a complete bottle job at the British Grand Prix as well. Well, overall, it was an okay season for Williams. It wasn't as good as 2014, though. Next, we have Ferrari with Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen. Oh, these face scans of them actually look pretty good, unless it's just CGI and it's not the actual in-game face scan. This was Vettel's first season with Ferrari. He was really good. A lot of people don't really talk about 2015 Vettel. Also, the only non-Mercedes race winner this season. I mean, kind of like Ricciardo in 2014. And who can forget this radio at the 2015 Malaysian Grand Prix? Honestly, I think it's better than Dubis Weltmeister.
Yes! Sì, ragazzi! Oh! Mi senti? Mi senti? Grazie mille, ragazzi. Grazie! Dai! Forza Ferrari!
That moment alone was, yeah, that just elevates the entire 2015 season. Even though the season was pretty lackluster in the championship, the races were pretty good, but that moment was easily the best in the entire season. I really hope we can see something like that with Lewis Hamilton next year, especially after Interlagos. Not really that many notable things from Raikkonen in 2015. All I can really think about right off the bat is last lap, Kimi All or Nothing. He released a drink, and I guess the crash with Alonso in Austria. You know what? I'm gonna spare you Alonso fans all your GP2 engine pain. And fun fact, Jenson Button actually outscored Alonso in 2015. Next, we have Force India, Hülkenberg, and Perez. Perez had a podium at, I believe, the Russian Grand Prix. He He might have had another one, I'm just not so sure about that. And towards the end of the season, they introduced like a plug nose, which gave them an insane performance boost. Next, we have Toro Rosso with Max Verstappen. Why does this look super photorealistic of Max Verstappen? If you think I'm going to talk about his rookie season, no, I can't be bothered. I already did that in another video. Go watch that. And the rookie Carlos Sainz. Again, just like in F1 2016, that looks nothing like Carlos Sainz. I don't really remember a lot from Sainz in 2015. Kind of felt like he didn't exist at times. Oh, yes, right. We need to swap positions. No! Max, just do it. Yeah, that was funny. Oh, yeah, and his crash in Sochi. How did I forget about that? Next, we have Lotus with Romain Grosjean and Pastor Maldonado. This was actually Grosjean's last season with Lotus and Pastor Maldonado's last season in F1 as a whole. Grosjean got his last ever podium in F1 at the Belgian Grand Prix, which was kind of helped by Sebastian Vettel's rear tire exploding. So there you go. And fun fact, they actually used Mercedes engines in 2015 instead of Renault engines, so just thought I'd add that in. Next, we have Sauber. Guido van der Garde intensifies. And it actually seems like he's still salty about it today. But hey, they're pretty decent this year, and Felipe Nasr finished 4th at the Australian Grand Prix. That was because like half the grid didn't even start the race. And lastly, Manor with Roberto Merhi and Will Stevens. Fun fact, Roberto Merhi was actually in Formula 2 in 2018. If anybody knows any more stories like this, let me know in the comments below. And fun fact, Alex Rossi, yes, that Alex Rossi, Arrow McLaren Alex Rossi, drove for Manor for a few races in 2015. I really only know that because his debut was in the Singapore Grand Prix, and Singapore's my home race, so. And he also crashed in FP1. Okay, I guess the track we will use. This was an introduction of Mexico, so let's use Mexico. And the car we will use, I quite like the Red Bull, the RB10. Oh yeah, it was the last season they were partnered with Infinity, I forgot to mention that. I don't know why Lavia said it's the ugliest Red Bull of all time, so we'll use it. But my actual favorite car from this year is the Ferrari. Okay, so I did play this game with a wheel back then, but like a really cheap Logitech Driving Force GT, so I have to get used to the handling again because it's been a long time since I've played this. Back on the PS4, I didn't have this on PC back then. As we head into turn 1, we completely missed the apex. I'm just scared to put the throttle down. Oh, never mind. I shouldn't be scared. Okay, it feels like I have TC on, even though it's off. Oh, as I'm locking up through there. Okay. Look at that, they didn't have brake bias back then. They just had like these basic settings. I feel like this actually might be the most realistic iteration of Mexico on the F1 games. Because you did have to brake for that turn there. Forgot what number it is. I'll just point it out when we get back there again. And one thing I would like to mention is that this is the most realistic looking F1 game. Say what you will about how bad this game is, it looks pretty damn good. Compared to F1 2016, which looks a bit cartoonish. I didn't really have that much glitches on my PS4 when I played F1 2015 on the PS4, as you completely leave the track there. So this might be my first encounter with the glitches in this game. Honestly, the handling is not that bad. The handling is really not that bad. It's supposed to be how these cars handles, as you can see there. That section is more realistic than it is on the modern F1 games. But it feels like how it's supposed to handle as I completely run wide again, but not as unstable as I would like it to be, because if you remember, these cars were super unstable as we run wide in the final corner. We'll do one more lap. We'll try and get into the 120.5s. We'll do cockpit cam. We'll do cockpit cam. Why is cockpit cam actually good? Hold up, this view is actually good. No way. Oh, that was not good. Alright, now as we head into the stadium section. Oh, really slow through there. Really tricky to get that right. As we cross the line, that was not a 120.5. You know what? Screw you. Okay, so I've decided to use the Singapore Grand Prix and Sebastian Vettel because it was the only race where a Mercedes didn't get pole position, so I feel like it makes sense. I don't know what the difficulty level should be. Yeah, as you can see there, it's not a percentage slider. We'll use expert, I guess. This game actually had the worst damage model than F1 2014, by the way. Yeah, just look at how good this looks. How did the graphics get worse? I mean, okay, you could argue they got better, but this just looks more realistic. The way the reflections look, the way the tarmac looks. All right, we're starting third behind the Mercedeses, which is not surprising. Oh yeah, the target thing. I wonder what happened to that. As lights on and away we go. It wasn't a manual start. You just had to hold the throttle and hope for the best. As we go around the outside into turn 1, I will go back to this camera for the sake of you guys. As we head into P3, well, not really head into P3, we remain in P3. How much time are we going to make in the corners? Oh, okay, we cut the corners, whatever. Oh yes, right, this was the first game with Jeff, right? Before this, it was only Andy Knight. Why does this look so good? Okay, why am I glazing F1 2015? I'm supposed to hate it like everyone else. Oh, this is wrong. They reprofiled this corner for 2015. Can we actually overtake? Oh, that was not enough room there, and I was locking up. I think we should be able to get Rosberg on the next lap, even though we don't have DRS. Okay, he's going really slowly there. We might actually pass him on this lap around the outside of 22 and 23. No. Okay. Oh, never mind. We do. Well, we're too far from Hamilton now. No. Okay, as we're going through the old section, which they're actually renovating this into a parade thing for, like, Independence Day parades. I know because I live here. I don't know if they will allow the F1 cars to pass by there. Oh my gosh, I'm 2 seconds quicker. As I was saying, I don't know if that section will be used for F1 races, but according to a 3D render, they will use it for F1 races, so I'm not so sure. It's still really tough to overtake, even though the cars are tinier, but I'm having a much more fun time, honestly, than on F1 24. Okay, how did I get track limits for that? Or I went to standard mix now. I think we should be able to get Hamilton here. DRS, come on. Alright, let's do a Max Verstappen. Let's not do a Max Verstappen. Okay. I was actually going to do a George Russell, whatever he did on Mick in 2022. Okay. What is that line you're taking? Completely jeopardizing your exit. What on earth? I don't know why he just decided to hold the inside here for no reason at all. And he completely jeopardizes his exit. Okay, yeah, this was my fault. Fair enough. He does the same thing again. Let's do a switchback. Never mind. Actually, never mind. Can we get into turn 10? Probably not. Actually, we will. Another contact there. Oh, switchback time. Okay, you won't normally see that here. We nearly pull off Felipe Massa, but instead of the inside, it's on the outside. We're actually having a pretty good battle with Hamilton. I'm enjoying this. I don't think I'll pass him on the straight. I will try and hold it off for Raffles Boulevard. We're too far behind. It's barely effective. Screeching the wall. That sound was interesting. Into turn 8. Yes, we can. Oh, nice defending. Why is the AI... Okay, never mind. As you get past... And he hits... And he brushes the wall. But why is the AI wheel-to-wheel battling in this game actually pretty decent? Why am I enjoying this game? I'm not supposed to enjoy it. I'm supposed to hate it like everyone else. But we're going to cross the line in first and win this race. Yay! Remember MSTF1?
And after such a long haul, Sebastian Vettel wins the Singapore Grand Prix!
Okay, so I don't really want to touch on the F1 2014 cars because I still have an F1 2014 video to make. So we'll just do a Jules Bianchi hot lap at Monaco. Okay, so I don't want to end the video off in like a negative note, so let's recreate a few memes from the 2015 season.
A lot of honesty here on the podium. It's always a privilege to drive around here in a Formula One car, and these guys.
I'm happy.
Have we got one happy driver here at least?
There's a lot of damage to the front wing. We're seeing a signal.
Okay, we need to swap positions. Max, just do it.
Just have to ask you one tiny question. How many starts did you do on the simulator after Monza?
2.
So as you can tell throughout the video that I actually was having a pretty fun time on this game, and I think the main reason why most people hate this game is because it had no career mode. The handling is pretty decent, honestly. The AI is also really fun to battle. If this game had a career mode, people might be putting it in like their top 5 list. And also if it didn't have a million bugs. I wasn't able to catch some of the bugs on the recording, but I did face some bugs trying to record the final few memes there. I wanted to do a meme of Vettel having a puncture at Spa. Each time I would record Spa, it would just crash on me. So there you go. And also Sochi isn't working for me either for some reason. So there's F1 2015 for you. Is it worth revisiting though? Not quite. You can get the same experience on Assetto Corsa with a 2015 mod, because as I said, this is pretty much Assetto Corsa with arcadey graphics and only like 2 seasons worth of cars. If you want to revisit an F1 game, just go for a more complete one like anything between F1 2018 to 2021, which I've already made videos on. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.